Clément speaking. What do you mean, 1,000 subscribers? Bonjour fragrance lover, welcome back to my channel. In fact, the first thing I wanted to say today is thank you so much for all your support, all the knowledge you share and all the fragrance you made me discover since the beginning of this YouTube channel. So yes, we are 1,000 and I hope it's gonna be in 2020 even better and even more sharing and everything. So thank you everyone for supporting me, and also thank you for my Instagram community too. That's always beautiful and so nice. It's a very true family. My hair are ridiculous today. Anyway, I look like a teacher. Anyway, in today's video, I'm gonna try a lot of fragrance from Francis Kurkdjian. So hard to say his name, so please excuse me if I don't pronounce it correctly. I should be ashamed because like Francis is French, come on. So thank you for the person that is been giving me all these samples. So it's really nice because I always wanted to try them at home, because you know I always went to department store to try the brand and I never get really the time, and then I smell it, I go back home, I forget, I just have a weird impression of it. And at least at home I have the time to smell them, no pressure, and this is much comforting for me. Okay, so I've tried them this morning. There's some that I knew before, but most of them I didn't know or didn't remember. And so this is like a little first impression. I didn't check online what was the composition and stuff like that, because I really want to give you my impression and what I think about them. And then in the editing I will post all about the composition, no worries. And just before starting, I just wanted to give a note about Francis himself. So he's a French perfumer, and you probably know him because he's been creating a lot of iconic fragrances. When he was 26, he created Le Mal from Jean-Paul Gaultier. So everybody knows this fragrance and how amazing it is, and it's really like an iconic scent. And I think all the men in this planet probably have ever tried this one or have memories concerning this fragrance. So he's a little genius, I would say, in perfumery. I do really admire his work and his passion, and this is one of my favorite perfumers, so probably gonna do a video soon about him. But yeah, just to give you an example, he's done some that are still my favorite fragrance. He's done My Burberry that I love for daytime. He's done her Narciso Rodriguez that I'm absolutely in love. You've got one of my favorite Acqua di Parma, which is Iris Nobile, beautiful, very elegant. Kouros from Yves Saint Laurent, of course. There's Elisab, L'Extase from Nina Ricci as well. So a lot of fragrance that we know and that are absolutely top sellers because they deserve it, seriously. And the common DNA between all of those fragrances is they are usually very addictive, meaning very velvety, powdery. You're weirdly addictive to those fragrances, and I think it's so beautiful. So yeah, I'm glad to discover his fragrance now. So the first one that I've tried was Aqua Celestia Forte. I'm gonna do you, because it's a French perfume, I'm gonna read in French and put you a translation of the little description he puts, because every time the sample is explained with a little description, and I think it's beautifully written. Aqua Celestia Forte déploie sa fraîcheur intense dans une aura d'infinie plénitude. Les bleus du ciel de la mer s'écartent pour laisser jaillir la radiance d'un soleil éclatant. incarné par le jasmin d'Égypte et le petit grain d'Italie. Beautiful, isn't it? So this fragrance is really like a marine type of scent. I would say it's kind of like a cologne, so very refreshing. It meant to really soothe you. So when I first smell it, I really smell the touch of mint and the seaside kind of vibe, you know. It's not, for me it's like a rainy, you're walking along the seaside and it's slightly raining, so it really made me think of Brittany. This one is very lemony, but it's not aggressive. It's not the type of cologne that's going to be like too much on you, because usually they're very sharp, you know, with the citrus. This one is more delicate. It's got something quite musky, I would say, because it smells a bit powdery. It's not something I would wear. So at the end I'm going to show you which one I'm going to buy, which one I would wear, and things like that, which one I didn't like, of course. But this I do really like, but this is not something I would wear. I would probably wear it on my pillow, actually, to relax me and soothe me. But if you do really like seaside kind of feeling, saltiness, you might like that. But it's beautiful scent, I have to say. There's another aqua one, so a bit like a cologne light, that is Aqua Vitae Forte. So this one, seeing by the name and the color, so it's more yellow, I would say this is going to be a bit more sharper, I don't know, or rounder, I'm not sure. But yeah, I tried it this morning and it was, I think, the first one I've tried. It smells a bit more spicier, but more delicate. It's not an aqua that is going to be like the other one, a bit more aromatic and soothing. This one is much more solar, a bit spicy. It feels yummy. When I smelled it, I smelled like couscous. That's probably because there's cardamom, because every time, yeah, it smells a bit like couscous. But it's really nice. It's like an oriental type of like aqua. Still very fresh, but more velvety, rounder, a bit more spicier. It's something I never smelled before, really, which is really interesting. Again, because of the cardamom, this is not an aqua that I would wear myself, but I do really appreciate it because I think it's something I didn't smell before. It's beautiful. It makes me think, another fragrance that made me think of that, nothing related, it's Serge Lutens Ambre Sultan. It's much more stronger, it's not an aqua at all, but it's got that cardamom type of vibe, and the first time I smelled it I was like, oh, couscous. So this is really makes me think of that. It's beautiful, really, like it's nice. So that's the two aqua. Then I'm gonna go for two fragrance for male, which is Amiris. I have the Amiris Extrait de Parfum. So an extrait de parfum is usually the pure extract of the ingredients, so it's the most precious thing we have in perfumery. And there's the Eau de Toilette that is supposed to be maybe a bit more fruitier or a bit more fresher, we'll see. But it doesn't mean that the Extrait de Parfum is going to last you more. Usually it lasting more, but sometimes it doesn't. It really depends on your skin. It's more about the ingredient that they use that make something, voilà. Usually people say it's the concentration. I do not agree. Sometimes it really depends. But anyway, so this is the Extrait de Parfum, and I lost it. It's here. So this is supposed to be for men. This gave me, I think, goosebumps when the first time I smell it. I love it. I would wear it myself. I absolutely love that. It's really nice. Like, it's something very elegant. You can smell that it's a bit ambery on the background, like warmer, but it smells very elegant. I don't know. It makes me think of a florist perfume or something a bit like Chanel, you know, very subtle with a trail that is quite round but not aggressive. It's definitely an elegant item. It feels very soft, sexy, a bit spicy. And I can smell a bit of coconut. And I love coconut, but it's very discreet. It's not like very gourmand fragrance. Everything is nicely balanced. I love that. I really love that. For daytime, you know, for a man, beautiful. Even for me, please, like I want it. And it smells extremely luxury, really luxury. It's beautiful. So the eau de toilette, as I remember for this morning, is a bit slightly more fresher. Like I said, I don't know what is the difference with it in terms of ingredients, but it smells a bit more lighter, maybe a bit more lemony. I'm not too sure. It's nice, but I prefer the Extra de Parfum 100%, like much better. I think if you want to choose between the two, you have to take the Extra de Parfum. It's so nice, so nice. So they're obviously Amiris in the things, because I don't know if you know, but Amiris is actually an ingredient. In perfumery, we use that as a replacement of sandalwood, or as a component of a sandalwood accord to actually replicate the scent. And because it smells quite like, it smells woody, but a bit like a creamy wood, you know, very velvety. This is what it smells like. So it perfectly matches a coconut scent, actually. The next two ones are the two oud ones. So I love oud. If you know me, like you know how much I love a oud fragrance, just because for me it gives a lot of character. I like to know that everyone can smell me. And I don't know, on me, I feel very powerful when I wear oud. I don't know. It really depends. But there's a type of oud I don't really like something that smells very dirty, you know, that some feels really like extremely woody but a bit dirty. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just too much, you know. So I like a oud that is nicely balanced again. Usually a nice rose oud or something a bit more creamier. So the first one is oud, eau de parfum classic. You can really smell the saffron. There's definitely saffron. So it says here there's some saffron, patchouli and cedar. You can really smell them, and a bit of LME. It's a classic oud, not a dirty one, but classic, sharp, but not too much. But I would layer it with something, I think, very elegant and delicate. If you don't like oud fragrance and you want to have one, you know, that smells a bit elegant and something that you could wear with being classy and not too strong, that can be nice. But I like it. I can't say I'm not liking it. It's really beautiful. It's very velvety. It's not aggressive me. None of them this morning been aggressive me, and I'm not a very morning person, so you can imagine that it would actually, like, you know. But no, absolutely not. This kind of oud, it smells a bit more spicy. Just like you know that people when are polishing the oud, that smells like this. It's beautiful. It's really nice. Very elegant again, but a bit more spicier. And then you've got a silk mood oud like this. And this one, it says that is a soften with rose. That is something that you can definitely smell. It's totally unisex. There's no gender I could associate with this. I do love that, and usually I don't like rose, but it smells more like a white rose, like something very soft and powdery, not the one that is very sweet. So the two together, it just looks like the other one with a touch of rose, really. And it definitely has a good name. Like, for me, it's like a silky dress in the afternoon. It's really beautiful. Yeah, the texture feels velvety, silky, sensual, but not too much. I think for me, the most elegant people are not the one that are talking louder than everyone. Is usually the one that can go inside the room and you just remark them by their own charisma without, they don't have to scream, they don't have to be loud, and that is true elegance, and that is what I'm smelling with this. This is true elegance. This is beautiful. I really like that. There's one that is called, so I don't know how it's supposed to be called. In French is APOM, APOM, something like that. And this is so nice. It makes me think of my childhood because I think that there have to be some neroli or orange blossom or something like that. Because it smells powdery but very solar, you know, velvety, powdery but solar. Something very energetic without being too much. It actually makes me think of the cleanness of a soap or a shampoo. So I feel that it's nearly a bit of aftershave like fragrance, but with a touch of orange. It's just beautiful. It's again very yummy. You want to eat it. It feels addictive. Yeah, it's really nice. Ah yeah, fleur d'oranger. I think it's something that is very comforting but not too opulent again. For daytime when you want to smell clean and don't know, sensual is beautiful. Two that goes together again. I like that there's few fragrance that goes together. It's like little family of fragrance. It's nicely done. So there's gentle fluidity and gentle fluidity, but there's one that is gold and one that is silver. And as I remember from this morning, I did really like the gold one. The silver one, the silver is really nice. It smells like foresty. So again, it's something that is not too opulent, I would say, compared to the other one. Much more lighter than the Oud and the one that we've tried before and the Amiris. But this smells like you walking inside the forest on a daytime. And there's probably some spice as well, because it smells again very spicy. This one is not something I would wear. It smells more masculine. For a man that doesn't want something too opulent, that's quite nice. Oh my god, we are on 20 minutes. Literally, this video is gonna last so long. I'm so sorry. And then there's a gentle fluidity in gold. And this one, it gave me palpitation. I smell vanilla, definitely, and usually I don't like that much vanilla, you know, but this, oh my god. That is so nice. Oh, this is terrible, this video, because I could stay like that during hours. Oh, this is amazing. I don't know what's inside. Like, oh, let me read it in French. Brouiller les pistes du genre et aller au-delà des conventions avec cette eau de parfum fleurie vanillée. La finesse de l'accord floral et la puissance des facettes vanillées sont magnifiées en plein cœur par la fraîcheur lumineuse d'une trame musquée et boisée. Yeah, there's some musk. That's why, again, this fragrance smells very powdery, cottony, comforting, but a lot of vanilla. So it breaks the sweetness of the vanilla. It's incredible. This is amazing. I never smelled something like that. I need this in my life. This video is terrible because I'm supposed to buy a new camera and a new microphone, and look at me, I'm like, I'm gonna buy all Francis Cœur des gens. Jesus Christ. It's Petit Matin and Grand Soir. I think it's one of my favorite family with the Gento one and the Amiris and the Oud and the, oh Jesus. But yeah, Petit Matin, it's something that is very comforting again, but it's got a little more powerful. Petit Matin is like, I don't know how I could, yeah, actually, I remember when I went to Venice, I woke up, I had a little hotel in this island, and there was the sunrise, and you can see some sunlight, and I was so relaxed because it was holiday, no phone, nothing, it was lovely. And there was the seaside, and it smelled like Italy, you know, all this citrus around you. And Venice doesn't smell bad, I'm sorry. No, this smelled like that. It smelled like a sunrise in the morning, a bit more citrusy, a touch of baby powder inside. And there's some lavender, you know, the lavender, I can feel it because it's so soothing. But it's got a lot of character, this fragrance. It's not like a simple soothing fragrance. It's got character on the back, definitely. Oh, I've put my gloves on this. I love it. Like there's some fragrance that like really give me emotion just because it makes me think of a time somewhere. This Petit Matin is really a try. Like I love this. And there's Grand Soir from so this is, I would say, one of the most powerful of the one that I can see here with the hood one. I think this is my favorite with Amiris and Petit Matin and the gold one. Oh, this is absolutely stunning. So this is definitely one of the fragrances, I would say, one of the sexiest fragrance for men I ever smelled. If you like something like Penhaligon's fragrance, something a bit smoky, mysterious, but very opulent in amber. I think it's amber. Amber, I feel tonka maybe, I'm not too sure, but like it's really like a good oriental that smells a bit churchy. If you like a Fucking Fabulous from Tom Ford, if you like Alfetti from Penhaligon's, but this one is all in velvet, in powder. All of those fragrances feeling velvety. You would understand if you smell it after. This is last but not the least, I love it. I love this one. I would love to wear it on myself. I would love a man to wear this. There's gonna be a problem in my bank account next month. And then I left for the last one, the Baccarat Rouge 540. This I left it because I know it very much. If you want to smell like a caramelized bonbon, very sugary, this is the one. It's a beautiful scent, but you need to like a strong sweet fragrance because this is full of resin and woody note, and those mix is really feels really caramelized and sugary. And you know, and this is funny, I've talked always about it. I don't want to talk about any dupe in this video, but you know, I've been showing you a dupe recently of this, so this is not something I would buy, but I have to say it's really nice. But it needs to have its occasion because you can't wear that every day. Definitely not. On a good occasion when you want to smell extremely sexy. But anyway, so that's it for me. I would say there's none, honestly, there's none of them I didn't like. None of them, no. So I like them all. I have favorite one, which is definitely the Amiris Extrait de Parfum. If you want something smells spicy, yummy, but a bit fresh. I do love the gentle fluidity, but in the gold. This is, I want to cry when I smell that. Very solar, very powdery, really interesting, this fragrance. I loved Petit Matin. Petit Matin, I would wear it more in the summer for sure, but it's so soothing, so relaxing with a good strange at the back, so this is really something. Grand Soir. Grand Soir is probably my favorite of it. It's absolutely incredible fragrance, so oriental, so sexy, so beautiful, so velvety, it's incredible. I love the Oud Silk Mood as well. A delicate oud. Who does a delicate oud? Francis. Say Petit Matin, Grand Soir, gentle fluidity in gold, and Amiris. This is definitely, and I like this one too. But I can't have anything. But yeah, that's definitely my 4 favorite one of the collection, even though I do love them all. This is a house that smells extremely luxurious, and I do honestly think the price is justified for me because you get something really exceptional. So tell me what you think about Francis Coeur des Gens fragrance in Coeur des Gens fragrance in the comment, and which one is your favorite from all the collection and from the one I've tried with you today. And yeah, thank you again for all your support, and bye bye.
Saw you on the street.